Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for Terminator 2D No Fate. So dear viewers, this video game released this very day, and you're probably wondering to yourself, oh CG, you oh so talented bastard you, who likes to go into bars occasionally and ask bearded gentlemen for their clothes, their boots, and their motor tricycle. What the hell is this video game? And I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer. This is a retro-inspired platformer shooty type video game thing based on that oh-so-popular movie Terminator 2. So in a nutsack, that basically means that you're going to play through stages based on events from the movie. But not just that, dear viewers, because this game has a couple of turnips up its sleeve. You will also get to play through stages that predate the movie and explain to us just how Sarah Connor ended up getting locked up in that bloody asylum, or just how that T-800 was reprogrammed and sent back from the future. And while that might have been enough added content to the game to appease someone like myself, you will also, at certain critical moments in the game, be able to make choices that the characters didn't make in the movie. And this will lead on to stages playing out, shall we say, slightly differently than you might remember from the movie. Of course, I don't want to spoil any of that, but let me just say, bravo game developer for implementing something so awesome into the game. There's also a boss rush, multiple difficulties, all of that good stuff. If it isn't obvious, dear viewers, by the tone of my voice, I absolutely adored this video game. It took me back to my youth when I played the original Terminator video game on my Sega Mega Drive. That would be Sega Genesis to my Yankee viewers out there. And it reminded me quite a lot of that original Terminator video game, particularly the future war stages, in which we play as John Connor of the bloody future. It also heavily reminded me of my favorite retro Terminator video game, that being RoboCop vs. Terminator. If you've not played that one, go and do it right now. Absolutely splendid game, particularly the arcadey feeling shooting. And speaking of the shooting, you're going to be doing quite a lot of that in Terminator 2D. Shooting enemies, helicopters, of course Terminators, the dreaded T-1000 himself. The game has an absolute plethora of boss fights as well. I haven't had to take on this many bosses since that time I accidentally walked in on a meeting between mob enforcers while I was looking for the toilet in my local Italian restaurant. But you won't just be shooting in this game. It does an absolutely splendid job of mixing up the gameplay every now and again. So yes, in a lot of the stages you will be shooting enemies, making your way through the stage. But in others, like one in which you play as a young John Connor, you'll be attempting to outrun a truck on your motor tricycle, or controlling Sarah Connor in a kind of on-rail shooter section, in which you take on that helicopter I mentioned earlier. There's even some light stealth sections, most notably in the stage where you play as Sarah Connor attempting to escape from the asylum. And to go along with mixing up the gameplay every now and again, the game most certainly does not outstay its welcome. Yes, I can see some people saying that the game is quite short, probably taking anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half to finish in your first playthrough. But let's not forget, dear viewers, that all the retro games of old probably took less than an hour to finish, if you were good at them, of course. And like I've said, this game's got plenty more to get your teeth into, like replaying the game and making those different decisions I mentioned earlier, or taking on the boss rush. Honestly, dear viewers, I cannot say enough good things about this game. So if you consider yourself to be a Terminator fan, most notably of Terminator 2, or if you just like these old-fashioned feeling arcadey, shooty, side-scrolly, platformery type of video games, then Terminator 2D No Fate might just be the game for you. Therefore, I declare that Terminator 2D is splendid. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another review by yours truly. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.